My legs was shot. I mean, I rolled my ankle at least about like 15 times. It was hot, you know. I do a lot of adventurous things, but it was fun. Oh, we made it. Hours and hours later, but I mean, halfway through, I was like, you know, I could be that guy to just go back and wait for the car. I mean, that was just me. And it's actually funny. There was a snake in my bag, a baby snake that fell out of my book bag when I got home.
Oh, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Pickle Me This. Be sure to subscribe, comment, and like so you'll be notified when new episodes drop every Saturday morning. You definitely don't want to miss them. Also, your support helps other pickleball enthusiasts find us too. Everyone has a story. And welcome to Pickle Me This. And I'm your host, Deirdre. And today we're sitting down with Issa, whose pickleball journey started with the ultimate motivation. He couldn't stand losing to his mother. That's right, his mom, who had never played a sport in her life, was beating him regularly when she first introduced him to the game. But what started as competitive fuel has turned into so much more. He's made lifelong friendships through pickleball that have enriched his life both on and off the court. So get ready for some laughs, some heart, and maybe even some inspiration to step up your own game. Welcome, Issa.
Hello, how are you?
Did you like that intro?
That was perfect. That was just right on point.
um, so I think the audience should know Issa and I had to reschedule this 3 different times.
At least three, right?
I think this is the third time. Third time's a charm.
Third time.
I can't even blame it on one person. It was both of us having issues.
Like
So
first
I'm
it was me,
so
then it was you, then it was me again, and now we're here. We're here. We made it.
we're here and we made it and we're all cool. So all is good. All is right in the world.
Exactly. I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you. So I think a good way to start off is I like to start with like, tell us what was going on in your life when pickleball came about.
That is a very good question. I'm not sure what's going. That's probably just work, 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 work all day, every day. And like you said, out of nowhere, my mom said, "Hey, there's pickleball." I was like, I don't know about pickleball. I can't play tennis. That's too much running for me personally. So I was like, let me just go out here. My dad said something about it. Then my sister started doing it, and I was the last one to join. So I was like, let me find out what pickleball was all about. So it was a great hobby to have and pick up.
Was it love at first play or did it take you longer than that?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like once people say you got the pickleball bug, it's just like a scratch that has to be itched. You always got to go out. You always got to get better. You always want to play with friends and things like that. So it is truly like a bug.
It is like a bug. How long have you been playing now?
So between 2 and 3 years now. Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause I
it's
feel
been
like
a it's been
I've
a
seen it on
while.
courts a while. Yeah.
And that's like all of us started at North Hills, and then I was talking to like Ken and all these people we first met when we were there. And I was like, that's like 2 years ago, man.
Yeah. Back in the day, the
The
OG crowd I call
OG North Hills.
the
They
OG
don't
North
they don't know
Hills.
about that.
I was there the other night, and I felt like there was a lot of OG people there, which was fun to see. Because some nights you go there now and there's not. There's so many people
No,
I've never
no,
seen
right.
before.
Now it's like
Yeah.
I don't even recognize half the people there. I'm just like, where everybody at?
Uh-huh. Exactly. All right. So my next question is, what drew you to pickleball? And I know is a story around your mom. So tell us that story.
uh, my mom introduced our whole family into pickleball, and it just kind of came out of nowhere. She's like, I started this thing, and we were like, all right, me, my dad, my sister, we like sports fanatics. Everything we do is sports, whether it's like football, volleyball, soccer, basketball. We play every kind of sport, and we're the type of family that everything has to be competitive. Whether it's card games, I mean, it could
I
be just
love it.
walking to the grocery store. Whoever gets to the door first wins. So we were overly competitive, and so when my mom, comes up with this pickleball, we're like, "Come on, you don't play sports, you've never done this before. Like, what are you talking about?" Until I went out there, and she put a hurting on me a couple times when I first started, and my pride is too big, so I was like, "Okay, well, let me go ahead and find a different part where she don't play." Let me go build my little skill up, and I'm gonna come back and show her what's up. That's exactly what happened. Now I can't play with her as often as I want to because I am a victim of hitting her a couple times in the head or something like that. You know,
Oh,
way
no.
so you know.
Oh, no.
But she
Is she like,
introduced
"What are
right. She introduced our whole family, and here
That's
we
great.
are.
Now, did she introduce the whole family at the same time? Like, did you all go and play the first time together, or was
No,
it scattered?
actually, it was first my mom. She had like a little group, the little group me groups playing, and then
Mhm.
my dad went out, and he was like, "Okay." And then my sister got introduced to pickleball, and I think I was pretty much the last one to get introduced. And I feel like I was behind, but of course, now I'm the best one in the family. So
I don't know. I played with your sister a couple times. She's pretty good too, Isa.
yeah, she I had to, she comes from the master of teaching. I can't tell her too much because then she'll get better than me because she takes a literal. I'm like, okay, hold on, I can't say too much.
Is there a little family competition going on between when you play against your sister or your mom or any of them?
Yes, at all times. And now, recently, my brother and his wife are addicted to pickleball
Mm,
within the last like 6 months, and so now it is truly a family affair.
I love that. I love that everybody likes to play.
Oh, absolutely.
Who's the most competitive against each other across the net?
I would say there's a certain dynamics. So if it's me versus my father, I always have to beat my father. Jamila, I'm a person that talks a lot of trash, whether I'm winning or losing. Even if it's like any other way, I still will talk trash. So when you have to like, get my sister there, and once you get her there, then she'll get going and really like feed on competitive energy. But my brother, that when you lose to him, that one stings the most. So it's definitely
So this
us, like, in my mom, I just hate losing to my mom. So, but I would
yeah.
say the most competitive is me and my dad, or my dad and my brother. Some and most of the times it get about halfway through the game before we start arguing. It gets bad. Yep. Argue a lot. Some calls in, some calls out. At pinpoint they have the video cam. We will go stop the game, go on the cameras, look and
No.
see the ball if it was in or out to continue our game. That's how competitive we are.
I love it. I feel like the people we love the most we're the most brutal with, We're the most we're just hard on the people we love the most
It's
for
just,
sure.
you know.
I love that you stopped the camera. That's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Ev
Look, if it's a bad call, you gonna have to resolve this first before we start the game, or there's gonna be so much arguing the game just can't happen.
I played in a league at Pinpoint, and we don't even use the cameras for that. Like, there's no instant replays. They're not allowed.
Oh no. Yeah. But
And
just
family stuff, different story.
yeah, you see? Sometimes you just gotta take the time to prove a point,
Mhm.
especially
Mhm.
when it's so personal, so for sure.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Uh, um, you had mentioned your mom had never played sports or hadn't really been athletic in her life,
Yeah.
right? But when was the moment you realized she was actually good at this sport? Was it the very first time you played?
She's gotten a lot better, believe me, and her bread and butter is her serve.
Mm.
She has a very hard, just fast serve, and it will just catch you off guard. And so, and in the beginning, it was like I wasn't even returning serves. Um, they're hard, they're low, they're fast, and that's probably my most what I struggle with her game is like her serves.
Have you played in tournaments yet?
Oh yeah, I played in.
Oh, wait, you played in that one with a whole bunch of us actually in,
I'm talking about the one at the ice hockey rink.
yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I played in that one. It was all right. I had a good partner.
Yeah, it was
She
alright.
was it was Kennedy's friend. She was very good though, and I don't think we did very well though. But it's hard to like play in tournaments with people that you don't know because it's like
Oh,
certain
very
level of
hard.
chemistry that you gotta have. You want to play with people enough at times to understand their like
Yes.
habits and what they want to do.
Yes.
But I do remember,
That one was just for charity,
yeah,
So,
you know how it is. It was fun though. It was definitely fun. And seeing everybody there.
it was, and cheering everybody on. So, but have you played in other tournaments?
Yes. It's funny. My very first tournament um was in what's it called? They say they make pickles.
Pickles and play.
No, 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 no. It's the city that makes uh a large pickle brand, like actual pickles. I don't know what the city's called, but it was like
In North Carolina?
yeah, it was like an hour and something change away.
Mm.
I don't know if you know Rodney. He's a teacher and he's a really good guy.
I know him. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Rodney. So he was like the host and things like that. My first tournament ever, and I didn't have a partner, and I was like, well, just give me one, and that was a disaster. Didn't win any games. Um, yeah, that was my first one, and then I found Tyler, where I met him at North Hills, and I was like, all right, let's do this. Like, let's get some tournaments in. And then we went all the way to Asheville, to do that tournament. Um, and it's funny, we beat the team that essentially won the whole thing, but then we lost every other game after that. And
That
then I played
happens
with my
sometimes.
sister, and then we got second place. Asheville was
Nice.
close to my friends, so all my friends came out, parents and everybody came out. It was a good old time. I do have a tournament story that's pretty funny though.
Tell us.
So there was this time where it was the Duke tournament, and I was like, okay, I want to let's do the mixed doubles, whatever. I was like, oh, let me find a partner, right? I was like, I was gonna ask Shireen, but Tyler beat me to it, so Shireen was his partner, and they were partners at the Duke tournament. So
Mhm.
Damien and Kennedy were partners. And I was like, ugh, you stole my partner, Tyler, and I was like, I can't let that go lightly. So me being petty, I called my sister. And I was like, look, just come up for a little weekend. Let's play some pickleball, and we gonna make it happen. I signed up last minute, went to the tournament. It was actually a really good tournament. We got second. Crazy way why. But it was funny because Tyler and Shireen beat Damien and Kennedy.
Yes.
Yeah, that was something. And then it was our time. So it was, Tyler and Shireen versus me and Jamila. And we won the first game. And then no disrespect, but it was fairly it was a good game. I knew he was gonna win the first one, of course, but second one I was like, all right, Jamila, just let's settle down a little bit, just to keep it going, just to see how long we can keep it in it. So we gave the second game up, went to the third game, won the third game pretty easily. And then, obviously at that point in the tournament, I was happy. I'd go home right now. That's all I wanted to do was just beat them. But long story short, we got to the championship round, and the people that haven't lost a game, and me and my sister, I mean, we put the work on them, beat them 2 games straight. We're like, oh yeah, we just won gold. Like, hey, let's cheer it on. Like, we good, guys. Let's go home. They go to the table, they come back. All of a sudden, they're like, well, we haven't lost a game. Okay, so then we're like, all right, well, we have to play one more game, just one game, championship game to 15 or whatever. And then we lost that game. Like, we was like packing
Oh.
things up. We was checked out. We was like, yeah, we just won the gold. Everything's good. Checked out. Had to play one more game. Lost that game. And that's how we got second in that whole tournament.
So you had to play one more game because they hadn't lost a game yet. It was like
Yeah, that was pretty much like
double elimination. Yeah.
yeah, they were
Oh,
saying
I see.
elimination. We haven't lost two, so let me just come back here
Oh.
and play one game, and that's how we lost.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, you had it in the bag. You're like, "Oh, we're done. Let's
Yeah,
go home."
but we beat Tyler and Shereen. That's all I came there for. So my mission was
I remember that
success.
I heard all the stories from that day, especially about Tyler and Shireen beating Damien and Kennedy.
Oh yeah, that was funny. Damien was mad, man. Damien was hot. That was funny.
Ah, so fun. I miss Damien and Kennedy being here.
I know.
Oh,
I don't even know where they are now.
I
Last
don't
time I heard it was
know.
Tennessee, and then that's maybe it moved, maybe not. I don't
She's a traveling nurse, so I don't know.
know.
She's all over. Yeah, we'll see if they come back.
Like, well,
Um,
be on the lookout. I hope they let us know when they come back, though.
I do too. I like to just play
Oh,
for sure,
definitely.
you know?
Get the
Yeah.
whole gang back together for sure.
Yes. All right, you talked about the incredible tweener shot moment of your day. Tell us that story.
I was at Harper Park, and just it was at night. I was playing with my father. We had I would say about like a 8 to 10 shot rally. I forgot who we were playing, but they were pretty decent. On the other side, hit a lob, and my dad just looked at it. I was like, all right, let me just run back. I knew I was gonna get around the ball to hit it up, so I just like kind of sliced and just kind of like sliced in front of my legs, and it like curved ball, and it like swooped right on the left side of the net, and then landed right in the kitchen from the back, like beyond the back line. Mind you, while my back is faced towards the net, and my dad was just sitting there, and he was just his paddle like this, and he thought I assumed didn't think it was gonna go in, of course, and it goes over, and the guy he didn't expect it, popped it up, and then my dad missed a shot.
Oh, he's taken off guard.
I know. I was like, so like, what are you?
He's probably he's so in awe of your ball going over. I've done that.
Uh,
I'm like, "Oh my god," and then you celebrate way too early,
yeah,
and
he
then you
told me, he
just,
said, son,
oh,
I didn't even think it was gonna go in. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I was like, I didn't either. So I'm not even mad at it, but I'm glad it was a cool shot. So I'm glad it
that's
went in.
funny.
But
Uh,
I've hit a couple
um,
tweeners after that too.
huh?
I've hit a couple more tweeners after that.
Have
Yeah.
you?
Not on
Did
purpose though.
they
Never on purpose.
did you win those shots in the end? Like,
I don't
when
think
you
none
got
of them.
no?
It's just because it's hard to like expect to like even go over. It's like, I mean, it's just like a last hope shot of I hope it just goes over. It'd be cool if
Mhm,
it did.
mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah. You've mentioned making lifelong friends through pickleball. Like, I think that's one of my favorite things about this sport. It's brought me to get to know so many people, like
definitely.
yourself, of course, right?
Thank you.
Tell us about some of those connections. Like,
So I feel like me personally, I'm a very closed off person. And so I feel like most of my relationships, besides a couple of them, stay within pickleball. Unless I feel, more like comfortable with people and I like hang out with y'all. When we did the whole Thanksgiving dinners and things like that. That was so much fun. But I would say that, I feel like I have a lot of personal relationships, and it's just, it's like you talk up to certain things with certain people about like just like for example, Vlady. We all know Vlady. Um, I love Vlady. He is such a great guy. Always just comes out to play. So nice. He'll play with anybody. And I always have like a running joke with him. I was like, "Oh, you gonna give him the Vlady special, right?" And as soon as I said that, like it just stuck. And I'm always every time I see him, I was like, all right, no, like chill out with the Vlady special on me now. And that's just those type of personal interactions and things like that. Certain things you can crack jokes and things like that. Ken, we all know Ken, fantastic player. It's just one of my good friends, a great guy. Tyler, you guys, Ella, Meredith, everybody's just so friendly, and at the end of the day,
mhm,
we're all there for the same thing, to play, have fun, and just kind of build relationships and things like that. So
yeah.
can't beat it.
Would you ever have thought that you'd be sort of hanging out with older people like us before? Nah.
I get along with I get along with like my mom's friends and things like that. My father's friends and things like that. I always play, with older people because I play with my mom and my dad a lot. Just to kind of keep them young. You
That's
know.
true.
so,
That's
Um,
very true. I remember one story, it's literally just coming to my head right now, of the time you drove with some people from Pickleball, Virginia? West Virginia? And you went hiking, and they
yes,
told us stories about you on the hiking trip. You wanna
brutal.
share about that?
I'm telling you, hiking is not my thing. My legs was shot. I mean, I rolled my ankle at least about like 15 times. It was hot. I do a lot of adventurous things, but it was fun. It was an experience. We saw like, I think it was called McAfee, the mountains of
Mhm.
McAfee Mountain, McAfee Ledge or something like that. It was like a ledge. You can just look over and look at the.
Did you make it to the ledge?
Oh, we made it hours and hours later, but I mean, halfway through, I was like, you know, I could be that guy to just go back and wait for the car. I mean, that was just me. And it was just like going halfway up. I mean, we were like halfway up. People were coming down at the same time. We're asking. I'm asking. I'm like, hey, y'all just, y'all coming down. Are we close? all you hear is, "Man, you got a little ways to go." And I'm like, "Fuck, you already done sweated out like 2 or 3 shirts. I'm tired. My legs are just cooked." But, it was very fun, hanging out with people like that. I'm not known to be a hiker, and it's actually funny. There was a snake in my bag, a baby snake that fell out of my book bag when I got home.
Oh, no way. So it crawled in your bag while you were hiking.
Yep. That's a little baby
No.
gray snake. Yep.
So one thing I cannot stand is snakes. I don't know. They give me the heebie-jeebies.
Right.
Give me a rat, give me a spider. I don't know. Give me any of that stuff all day long. A snake? No way.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was crazy, but that was yeah, it was fun, and, even just, like, going to dinners and things, we went to a lot of dinners, going to bars and things like that. It's just fun to fellowship and things, so, yeah, for sure.
yes. Some board game nights,
I love the
card
board
game
game.
nights.
I was just telling Tyler, I was like, "We should bring that back."
I know we do need to bring it back. It was fun, right?
At least, like, at least, once every couple months if need be, but that was definitely, like, one of the highlights, just everybody coming, relaxing, playing board games, chit-chatting. That was
Hmm.
definitely the times that you live for, playing pickleball and meeting people that you know.
Yeah. And you get to know people more like the funny side. You're like laughing at funny
Definitely,
things people
definitely,
say and do.
definitely.
um, what what do you think it is about pickleball that creates these deep friendships? And this is a
Uh,
very like philosophical question, but
yeah, I would think what makes pickleball different from any other sport is that, I mean, honestly, anybody could play. Anybody and, it's one of those sports where you don't have to be, an expert to just go out there and just play.
it's
And
true.
then, and once you get out and play, then okay, we're, like me and you. Well, you like pickleball. I like pickleball. Now we have something in common. And then, it
Yes.
gets to a deeper level of like, okay, well, like, what do you guys do? Like, what do you like to do? What's your name? How do you have fun? Things like that. And so I feel like the
Hmm.
surface level is everybody can play pickleball. Kids, babies can play pickleball. Old, senile people can play pickleball. Anybody can play.
Yep. Especially in rec play too, then you have the time on the side of the courts to have those little conversations to like
Exactly.
dig in. And I always get a feel for whether or not somebody really wants to chat because you just start asking some questions on the sideline. And if they're
Some
very
people,
short and terse, you're like, okay, I'll move on.
some people ain't friendly, but majority
That's okay.
yeah, majority of times we're all friendly. I'll get the memo as
Yeah,
soon as I ask a question. I'm like, all right, man, I'll leave you alone.
exactly. Exactly. I would say the majority of people want to talk though and want to get to know you. I would say that's the majority.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
more rare.
I would definitely agree. Everybody wants to
Hmm.
get to, know you. Then you start going frequently. You're like, oh, I remember his face. I remember their face. Like, oh, now I remember your
Hmm.
name. Now I do this. Oh, I come back. 6 months later playing. A couple times every week. Now I feel like I know you. Now I have to get to know you because I see you all the time. So
Yes.
yeah, definitely.
Yes. Oh my gosh, last week I went to the courts and I hadn't been there in almost 3 weeks, which is weird for me. It doesn't happen. So I go in the courts and as I'm playing, I'm like, I kept hearing over and over again, Deirdre, Deirdre, right? And then on the way out, like Irby and like a whole
Yep.
bunch of people on the way out were giving me fist bumps. Like, oh, I just feel like the love today. It's like it's so cool, you know?
Definitely. No, I mean, I
It
love
was
it, and it's seeing all the people that you started with, and like how
Mhm.
people just they've gotten so much better than when we all started together, and just not playing very well. Now we're like, oh, like these heavy hitters now, like playing
Oh,
with some
yes.
really really good people.
Yes. Oh, for sure.
So
There's some people have gotten really, really good, you know?
definitely, definitely.
Speaking of which, it like dovetails perfectly into my next question on my list. I know you're selective on who you play with. I've seen it on the courts. Tell us about that, Issa.
At the end of the day, I will play with anybody. I'm not a mean person. If you ask me to play with you, I will 100% play with you.
That's true.
I know there's some people that it works my nerves sometimes, where it's clicky groups, things like that. Cause it's like some people, it's like you don't even know me. I mean, I could be really bad, or I could just be really,
Mhm.
really good. And You never know because you don't want to play because you want to stay in this little group of 4 people to do whatever you want to do, which is fine. I mean, I understand, but I feel like sometimes it just depends on my mood. It's whether I feel like I want to be a competitive person or if I just want to go out there and have fun and just chill out.
That's true. It depends too on how many games you've already had for the day. At least it does for me.
Oh, definitely.
Right? Like if I had some really good games, I'm like, I'll jump in with like newbies. I don't care. But if it was like all newbies for like 3 hours, and I just want to get a couple of competitive games in.
I'll give you like if it was like newbie, I'll give you like 2 or 3 games, and then you know I'm just gonna drift away, maybe to the other side of the court.
Yeah.
Try to find something else. But I think it's crucial for your people to learn and things like that. And some people just
It is, right? Because we were all welcomed at some point in the beginning when we were all starting out for sure. I put that question in there because I remember speaking to Shannon, my daughter that got married.
"Mhm,
She was a newbie in the beginning, and I remember it was probably one of her very first times playing, and we needed a fourth, and we asked you to play, and I just remember it was hilarious. You were so disinterested. You just kept like looking at the door to see who, and there was hardly anybody at the pickleball courts that night. And you just kept watching people come in the door, like, "Is there anybody cool coming in so I can play, like, a good game next?" It was just so funny. I was
you
like, "Issa is so checked out. He's being kind. He's so checked out."
that's funny that it's. I don't know if that's just a thing that I do. When I feel like I always seem checked out because I'm always like just looking around, like because I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know why I'm so curious in like other people's games while I'm playing in my game. I don't know if it's just a thing or not, but I was like, I'm always just looking like, and I'll see like 2 courts down. I'm like, man, that was a pretty good shot. And I tell my partner, they'd be like, what are you talking about? I'm like, nothing. Let's just keep playing. Let's just keep playing.
I've done that, and I'm definitely guilty about there's some of those courts that face the parking lot. So, especially some nights, you'll just start seeing all these cars coming in at this like, around the same time, one
I'm
after
like,
another. So then I see that, and then I can't help but, like, watching the door. I'm like, "Who's coming in? Who's coming in? Who's coming in?"
exactly, exactly.
And I get a little distracted. So it's not just you.
No, it's okay. I'll
It's all of
play.
us.
I'll play with anybody. I mean, I'll be honest, because I knew what it was like when people didn't want to play with me. If I wasn't good enough for things like that.
It's
So,
true.
I don't like to be that person that just, people are here to have fun, and whatever time you enjoy here, hopefully I can enjoy it with you and things like that. So,
I like how you said that too. You remember the time when people wouldn't play with you. I feel like we've all had that in pickleball in our lives in general.
oh,
So
definitely, it's just like
none of us want to feel like that.
I don't like people that are like I just don't like people that are like that. You make people feel left out and things like that. You ask them like, I just need one person, need 2 people. I mean, just play. It's just a game. It's not
Hmm.
like it's gonna ruin your whole day. Just play the game, get it over with. If you don't want to play it, and then just keep moving on. Like
Yes.
just do whatever
And
you gotta do.
you might be pleasantly surprised by it's a really good game,
Yeah,
or they're just really
definitely.
cool people and you haven't met them yet.
Definitely,
For
and
sure.
even if you playing with, like, somebody that's really good and, somebody that just started, they'd be like, "Wow, I remember playing with this person, and I remember doing the shots that he took, so now I'm gonna try those shots and try to get better from what he did."
Yes.
So it's just, always a learning experience, always learning something.
Always a learning.
Yeah.
So what are some of your biggest pet peeves?
Oh my god, people arguing, like, calling shots, I mean, we're like sometimes we're just in the game and you have a partner asking if it's in. I'm like, I don't know if it was in or not. If it is, it is. If it's not, just go with the first call, keep it moving, keep the
Hmm.
game going. They'd be like, well, like, was it in though? Like, what do you think? What about this? We're just gonna call it in. If we gotta argue about it, if we gotta like think over it, just call it in and move on to the next.
Call it in. Yeah. Yes. Right. I feel like it's kind of like court. You're innocent until proven guilty. So I'm just like, hey, if I can't definitively say it's out, it's in. It's
Exactly.
in.
Like, it's not gonna.
Yeah.
It's 1 point. You know.
Hmm.
Hopefully, you don't
Yep.
lose like the next 6 points after that. But you know, yeah, definitely.
Any other pet peeves? Anything that people do that drives you crazy?
Yes. So, I always tell people like there's a difference between just, outplaying Issa and then tournament Issa. It's just different, 2 different people. Because in tournaments, I feel like, all right, I'm here to, you know, show off and, really win these games. And it's just funny seeing like how I've seen it so many times playing mixed doubles where I'm just beaming the ball, like, like a forehand, just beaming the ball, and it'd be like, take it easy. I'm like, if I would have took it easy, then y'all would have got the point. And I feel like it throws off my game. I'm like, what do you mean take it easy? We're in this tournament trying to win. Like, what do you mean take it easy? You know, if I hit you, then I'm gonna hit you. I'm not gonna say sorry in the tournament.
Yeah. I mean, you are there to be competitive in the tournament,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
One time, Elle and I were playing at a tournament. I think it was actually a Duke, and it might have been for the gold medal round. And I have a habit of when somebody has a good shot who I'm playing against, I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, good shot, good shot. So I must have said that a few different times to our opponents. And Elle looks at me and she's like this. She goes, "Stop saying that. We're we're in the we're in the gold medal round. Stop giving them compliments."
You're giving them
And I'm like,
confidence.
"Yeah, that's what she said. You're giving it too much time." I'm like, "Okay, okay, okay."
No, but sometimes I'm like, you hit that ball pretty perfect. That was a good shot.
I know. Especially when I'm pretty, in awe of their
Right.
shot. I'm like, "Oh, nice shot."
Yeah.
So, that's
Yeah, definitely.
what about embarrassing pickleball moments?
I've definitely slipped a lot. You know,
And fell?
yes, oh, I've definitely fallen. Slip if I feel like you haven't played in North Hills enough if you haven't slipped in the kitchen before.
Yes.
It's slick. It is very
It's
slick.
slick. Mhm.
I mean, I'm pretty clumsy. I've tripped over my running for lobs. I've tripped over my feet. I've tripped into the fence before. Just I've
Mhm.
fallen over the net. So
Onto your opponent's side?
yeah. And
That's hilarious.
whiffing the ball. Everybody,
No whiffing the ball.
it's just one of the parts of the game, I guess.
Mhm. What about other memorable moments besides your tweener shot?
Uh, I would say I remember I was going to Miami for my one of my good friend's birthdays. And I was like, I don't know if I have time to fit this through, but I packed my shoes and the pickleball paddle. And I was like,
As you should.
I don't know if I'm gonna have time because I'll be honest, waking up in the morning after a night of drinking, I don't know how that's gonna work out. But I woke up early. I took an Uber to Miami Beach golf course or the golf club, and they had the pickleball course at Miami Beach. And I think it was probably like just the cleanest, the nicest courts I probably
Sounds
like ever
nice.
played in. The structure was perfect. It was right. I mean, I felt like I was $1 million playing in this $1 million country club, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe so I felt like that was a pretty memorable moment.
Beautiful new places. Did you meet cool people there too?
Yeah, I'll never forget. I was like talking to this is a random guy. We was just playing
Mhm.
pickleball, talking, and he was asking me what I do, and I was like telling him, "Oh, in tech stuff," and I was like, "Oh yeah, what do you do?" And he was like, "Oh, I have my own company, things like that," and I was like, "Oh, okay, that's pretty cool, right?" And come to find out, he had like one of the biggest like oil companies in like Saudi Arabia, and I was like, me and you are just on two different levels, but I appreciate you even having a conversation with me. So
But then I feel like a lot of those people are everyday people like us. It
yeah,
feels like we all are. We're in different spheres, but I feel like it's all in the end, we're all
yeah, it's
people,
just
you
like
know?
humble people. As long as you just have a normal
Yes.
conversation and treat them like people, you know.
Yes.
I
And
think
how cool that he just wasn't like, "Oh, I own this, multi-billion dollar because then you'd be like, "Yeah, okay, whatever."
yeah. It was just like just cool seeing like in my eyes, I'm like, yo, this guy, he probably making more money than I ever see in my life, and
Mhm.
we just having a normal conversation like normal humans, and that's just
Yes.
always refreshing, just to have normal conversations. And
Now how'd you end up at that club? Did you know somebody that was there? It must have been a private club.
I literally just took an Uber, and I think you did have to pay, but I was like, look, I'm
Okay,
not
so
even
yeah.
I'm not even from here. I just want to play a little pickleball. Is
Mhm.
through the gate.
I'm trying to organize right now a trip to with some pickleball people to Utah. I've heard there's some really cool, nice courts out there. I'm like dying to go.
Uh,
Like big mountains in the background, big beautiful sunsets. I just want to.
I
I
would
just
say
want to go.
the next best place. Well, I would say this was the best place scenery wise was playing in Hawaii. Um, you know,
Oh yeah.
If I've got well, my parent, my mom works out in Hawaii occasionally, and
Oh, does she?
going to
What's your mom do?
she's a doctor, traveling and stuff. Um, so playing at Honolulu, playing in Maui, playing in Kona, um,
Oh.
things like that. And I mean, like you said, the scenery is like surreal. You just got pickleball courts, and then you got these ginormous mountains in the background. You see the
Mhm.
ocean. I mean, it's just so surreal. It's like the epitome of peace.
That's so awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Well, I've been to Hawaii, but I didn't play pickleball then, so now I have to go back to Hawaii to play pickleball in Hawaii, I think.
Pickleball in Hawaii is huge. I think it's bigger than pickleball in North Carolina.
Really?
And they constantly just because take a little flight to Vegas, California, play tournaments, come back, play, and
Yeah.
yeah, they dedicated. They have tournaments in on the islands and things like that.
It did start on the West Coast. I was in Seattle this summer on a
Mhm.
girls' trip with some of my friends that don't play pickleball at all, and we go over to Bainbridge Island. Have you heard of it?
I had
I had
that's
I had no idea what it was. I was like, "Okay, we're just gonna go for a day trip," and then that is the birthplace of pickleball.
yeah.
So, like, they were all like, "Dear, dear, dear, dear." I'm like, "Oh, look at that." I had no idea.
And just
Like, you
imagine how long they played for. It's like some people you don't realize play for like 20 years. I'm like,
Mhm. For a
I'm
long
just learning
time, right?
about this. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely, definitely.
yeah. It's kinda crazy how it blew up.
I know.
I'm curious if it goes around to the rest of the world too. Like, I know they really like, um, padel a whole lot better, but
Yeah, but yeah, definitely.
mhm.
Oh,
Have you played that?
I haven't. I've seen it, and I've
I've
gotten
seen it too.
invited to play before, but
Yeah.
I know, man, I just haven't done it yet. I would do it though. I definitely would.
I wanna try it, but I have a feeling it might make me dizzy. I don't know, something
Anyway,
about like, I played
I
racquetball
played
multiple
racquetball
times
back
and
I don't want to say back in the day, but like
yes, back
back
in
in
the day
the
for me.
I don't know, like in 20, like 06, 07, 08, 09, back at the
Mhm.
Y when they used to have the whole racquetball courts and stuff like that. But
Yes. And I all the spinning around stuff, I don't know, it would make my like, literally make my head spin sometimes.
yeah,
And actually, sometimes I'll go a few times I've went, I won't go anymore, to some of the indoor gyms around here when it rains, and you could just go into the basketball gyms, into the community centers.
all right,
I can't play in there.
no,
Talking about how you can't see the ball, between that yellow glossy floor, the zillion different colored lines they have on those basketball courts,
yep.
and then, like, the weird lighting they have, I just it does it, like, literally makes my head spin. I'm like, "I gotta get out of here."
I don't even blame you. I would not. I played in gyms, and I would not play in a gym. I would just rather not play at all than play on a
Same,
basketball gym.
same. And some people are like, "You have to come," and I say, "No, I can't."
Yep.
I just
Daisy,
can't
I don't
do
know
it.
what to tell you, but
What's one thing about you that people would be surprised to learn? Like, what don't people know about you, Issa?
I fish a lot.
You fish a lot?
I do.
Really? Like, what kind of fishing?
Like bass fishing. That's my, if there's one thing I know how to do really, really, really well, it's bass fishing. You can get me
Ah,
on a lake, bank fishing. I got all the setups, I spend way too much money on fishing. I will be on.
get out of here. Have you been doing that for a long time? Like, since you were a kid?
I've been doing that all my life. That's how me and my dad just had a pond where I grew up in rural Indiana. That's another thing. People probably don't realize where I'm from, Indiana.
I don't think I knew that either.
Yep, small town, never heard of it, nothing but cornfields. Um, so yeah, I grew up there. I used to go to my neighbor's pond, catch 6, 7 pounders. His name was Mr. Ludwig. He used to drive on the tractor, wave at me on. I used to be out there almost every day. And just enjoying, going with my father a lot, fishing.
Mm.
And I think that's like, that's where I'm at my peace. Being with nature, just being quiet, the art of the hunt, trying to figure things out, trying to learn. So yeah, that's mine.
So do you still go fishing?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, yeah? So what do you do with the fish when you catch them? Are you one of the ones that do you, like, eat them or do you throw them back in?
It depends. If it's like bass fish or like freshwater fishing, I usually don't. I don't. I just enjoy, like the fight. Um, And I enjoy seeing fish, grow up. Maybe one day I'll catch them when, like fish that are 2 pounds. Maybe one day I'll let them go. One day I'll catch them when they're 6 pounds. Um, so I believe I don't like to take from their natural habitats and things like
Mhm.
that. But if it's ocean fishing, like a good old grouper, maybe like a mahi or something, tuna.
Ooh, yum.
We eating it up. We gonna cook them up that day.
Oh, yeah. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. Um, so where do you see your pickleball journey heading in the future?
um, that's a good question.
What do you aspire to do in pickleball?
At first, everybody I feel like everybody has that dream of like, okay, well, maybe let's do tournaments, try to get into a PPA tournament, see if we can get like a bid, things like that. But then I realized, like, realistically, if it ain't paying bills, man, it ain't. It ain't worth, it's just too much time. So I mean, I have a lot of respect for people that try to
That's true.
go pro and things like that, but it's just too much
Moneyball.
time.
Moneyball tournaments.
Yeah, you have to spend a lot. It's just a time thing.
Yeah.
You spend so much time, trying to perfect your craft and things like that.
Mhm.
Not saying I don't love pickleball, but I love other things more than spending 8 hours a day just playing pickleball, grinding.
If you just play rec play, you can still have other enjoyments in your life,
Yeah, you
right?
can.
If you're gonna try to be professional, mm-mm.
Yeah, you can still be good. You can still be competitive.
Mhm.
But I
Yep.
know some people are in it to try to make it to the top, and I know
Any final things before we close for the day?
mm, I hope more people play at North Hills. So if
I
y'all
do
play
too.
out there, I'll be out there. Even if you're beginning, I will play with you. I think it's
He will. He will.
yeah, definitely, definitely. And I mean, I know I love seeing other people learn and things like that. Of finding a sport that's so fascinating. So
Yes,
I enjoy the new interactions and things like that, making new friends. So
it's true. Where do you play mostly these days? What's your home court these days?
mostly, I play at pinpoint a lot. Try not to, but if I'm not playing at pinpoint, then I'll bounce around like Harper, North Hills to get out to more pickleball courts. I know Ken goes everywhere, so I'm trying
Yeah.
to follow him. Try to get other places. Just
Yep.
see the competition in different areas.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having.
So fun having you.
Oh, I hope so.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We'll see you next time when a new episode drops each Saturday. If you like this episode, be sure to leave us a like, and we'll see you out on the courts. Bye.